So this is the plot of the Earls of Clonmel. You can see the Earls' coronets on the headstones there. The Clonmels, the family name was Scott. Their main estates were down in Tipperary, hence the Earls of Clonmel. But they also had a big house and a smaller estate here in Kildare, as did many of the titled families in the 18th century, because they were also members of Parliament. So it was close to Dublin. They could get into Dublin very easily. Local base for the Clonmels here was Bishop's Court, a large mansion up in Kill, and that's where they moved to when Parliament was in session. There are a number of interesting stories. They seem to have been a very colourful family. You can see the 3rd, 4th, 5th Earls all buried here. The famous Anglo-Irish commentator Mark Bence-Jones collected a number of interesting stories about the Clonmels. The 3rd Earl, for example, one of the stories told about him is that at a ball in Dublin Castle, the family seemed to have been rather fond of the drop, and he was slightly inebriated on the occasion, and he's reputed to have gone over and sat down in the lap of a large, plump, brocaded dowager, mistaking it for an armchair. That's the story that's told. The other story that's told about the 4th Earl is that at a ball over in England, which was attended by the Queen, Queen Victoria at the time, she was processing around the room and smiled at the 4th Earl, who immediately rushed over to her, pumped her warmly by the hand, and said something along the lines of, "I know your face, but I can't remember the name." So again, I think he might have been more than a little inebriated on the occasion. But I suppose for our purposes, one of the more interesting would have been the 1st Earl himself, John Scott, or Jack was his nickname. Again, he was very fond of his after-dinner port, and developed a rather ruddy red complexion as a result of that. So his nickname amongst his friends and behind his back was Copper-Faced Jack. And in fact, the Clonmels had a townhouse in Dublin in Harcourt Street, and it's after that same gentleman that the well-known Irish nightclub Copper-Faced Jack is named.